The other thing I'd like to add is the use of music. We had a wonderful composer, and the music you're seeing in these clips is different from the score of the film for a specific reason. The music here is driving through a storyline that's truncated. But I think our composer, Javier Navarrete, did a brilliant job. And I was particularly curious, and I had to ask Sngmoo. There are two pieces of opera in the film. One of my favorite scenes is a scene where Yang is coming from his first community dinner in a carnival tent, and he hears this music coming out of this house, and he doesn't understand what it is. And he goes, puts his ear to this shack that is where Lynn lives, and she invites him in to listen to the opera. And so there's opera playing there, and then at the end of the movie, in the battle between Yang and his master, there's another piece of opera. And the choice of those pieces, I had to ask Sngmoo, why did you pick those two pieces? Which, Sngmoo, I'm going to turn this over to you to answer.
That just happened to be the two operas first on the list of my iTunes. It's just two of my favorite opera. And the meaning is also, it has a meaning, like first one was about the rescuing somebody from the prison, and second one is about the loyalty between friends. So it's Italian, and I don't know about it, but I know the subtitles, and I think it conveys the meaning and the inner feeling of the characters very well. So I chose those two pieces.
And the two pieces of opera, what were they again?
I have to look into my iTunes again.
Soundtrack soon available.
The first one was from Il Trovatore, and second one was from the Fate. What's the Floridi's Twist of Fate or something?
Mm. Well, now let's take a look at another set of clips, and this one, this is actually the final montage. After that, we'll have more time, I think, for free discussion, maybe some questions. But this one actually looks at the fights, the actual direct action sequences, and you'll see that there's plenty. For those of you who are action fans, there's plenty of that in here as well. So let's go to the montage, and then we'll continue our conversation. I think that may be the first instance I've ever seen of somebody actually clubbing a ninja to death with another ninja. But you know, the film has a tremendous amount of really kind of innovative action like that, and yet it's more than just an action film. I mean, you know, as we've seen, there's a lot more going on there. You know, that said, you know, there must have been something particularly complicated about trying to blend, you know, kind of six-gun shoot 'em ups with martial arts, with sword play in a way that looked realistic and you know didn't well, as realistic as this kind of thing looks, but seamless in any case. And what were some of the things, the challenges you faced, and if any, in trying to make the choreography work so that you know, both sides of that equation, bullets and blades, could make sense?
The most important thing for that is actually not just choreography or staging the action scene, or create the world where all this makes sense. Mm. So we put a lot of efforts to create this believable town, fantasy world where ninja versus cowboy makes sense. And in the real world, no matter how many ninjas show up, just one machine gun will do them. But we have to combine them. We have to make it believable, and there is no way we can convince audience without going into this special world, Roundel Warrior world. So we put more effort to creating the world than actual staging of the action. And I had a really good group of people who support me, and creative, innovative choreographer and stunt coordinator. So I think we are successful staging those crazy elements together.
You know, if there's one thing you learn watching these kinds of movies, is there are always more ninjas. You never run out of ninjas. But you know, that said, so the choreography is so critical. Let's talk a little bit about the choreography. The choreographer is, his name is Yuji
Shimomura.
Yuji Shimomura, right. And he's Japanese, and he's a sword master, correct?
Yeah, Yuji's the kind of guy you realize in talking to him, all he does is think about cool stuff to do with swords. He just sits around, and this is what we're going to do. He's kind of a swordplay savant.